Hey guys, welcome to another episode on Kind Spirit Tech. So today we are going to talk about custom themes with GGPlot. And in front of you, you can see one bar plot that is going to serve us for this episode. So basically, what we are going to talk about, I'm going to show you example of how you are going to apply custom themes and options for it. But I cannot show you all of options because there are too many. Let me show you. Here we have this website, GGPlot2 tidyverse.org references themes. So in here you are going to find all of options about custom themes and explanations for it. So it's strongly recommended to read this content. And now I'm going to get back. So first thing that I'm going to show you is how to add title to your plot with command ggtitle. And I'm going to provide title as argument, like this, run it, and voila. And now I'm going to show you how to create custom label text for X lab. I'm going to provide text for our X-axis, observations, and with Y lab I'm going to provide custom text for our Y-axis. Like this. Run it. Yes, here is observation and values. And now a few words about positions of our X and Y axis. By default, you have a X-axis label on bottom side and Y-axis labels on left side, but that is not mandatory. With function scale X continuous, we could provide option position, let's say top, in order to transfer these labels to top side. And with scale Y continuous, we could provide position again, but now right, in order to transfer these labels from Y-axis on the right side. Run it. Yeah, as I promised, top and right. And all of other options that I'm going to show you now are going to be provided with function theme, like this, and make some space because there are going to be many options. First I'm going to show you aspect ratio, and if you provide a number bigger than 1, let's say 2, let me show you what is going to happen. You see, your plot is going to be spread over Y-axis. And if you provide a number, let's say smaller than 1, opposite is going to happen. So now your plot is going to be spread over X-axis. And I'm going to do that, but with number 75. Let's see how that is going to look. Yeah, much better. And now I would like to have some empty space on the left. How to do that? I'm going to provide another option, plot margin, and in here we have to provide function margin. And with function margin we actually have 5 values: T for top, B for bottom, L for left, and R for right. And we have option unit, where we are going to provide actual unit we want to use. Usually you are going to see points, but I like millimeters better, and in this case I only want left margin, let's say 5 millimeters, comma, run it. Yeah, now we have our 5 millimeters on the left. And now when we say plot, we think on entire plot, this entire image. And if you want to deal only with this part that is presenting our data, that is panel. So if I say something like panel margins, and now I'm going to provide margins with 5 millimeters distance on all sides. So left 5, top 5, right 5, bottom 5, and unit millimeter. Save it, run it. Yes, panel margin, it's deprecated. We have to use panel spacing. Run it again. And now let me show you how to deal with panel background. With option, background, provide function element rect for rectangle, make some space for options. Let's say background fill is going to be some light shade of green. Let's go with that. Okay, bordering color is going to be black. Line width for our border it's going to be, let's say, 0,5, and line type is going to be dashed like this. Run it. Okay, this looks nice. And now I want to change this grid color. So in order to deal with grid, we are going to provide another option, panel grid. Now we are going to use function not element rect but element line for grid. Make some space. Now we have color of our line, it's going to be black. Line width it's going to be 0,2, and line type also dashed. Run it. Yeah, I definitely like this better. And now let me show you how to deal with this axis. And first I'm going to deal with x-axis. So make some space in here, comma. First thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to change color of these ticks. Axis, ticks, X is going to be also element line. We have to provide options with element line for this parameter. So I want color to be, let's say, red, and line width is going to be 1,5. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, this is cool. And I actually don't want ticks on y-axis. Let me show you how to do that. Axis, ticks on y, element but not line but blank. With element blank we are going to remove that element. Save it, run it. And there are no ticks on right side. And now I'm going to deal with this text. And in order to deal with text, we are going to provide option axis, text X. Now we are going to provide values with element text. Make some space in here, and first I'm going to use family. Let's say Oswald, or actually any font that you have installed on your system is going to work. Then face is going to be italic. Size, let's say 10, it's fine. Angle let's say 15 degrees, and let's go with color some nice shade of blue, or maybe a little bit darker. I believe that this is going to be fine. Run it. Yeah, I actually like those. And I want to remove these values completely on y-axis. I'm going to use it again, axis, text on y is going to be element blank. Run it again, but we need comma in here. Run it again. Okay, and now let's deal with title text for our axis. Of course, comma. Now axis title on X. Of course, element text. Family, again Oswald. Let's go with size 15. Color, I'm going to use maybe a little bit lighter shade of this color, like this. This is going to be fine. I'm going to use face bold and no angle. Let's see what we are going to get. Actually, let's go with black. Or gray. Or maybe some darker shade of gray. And finally, I like this. And I want to remove this text from y-axis. Of course, with axis. Title y. Element blank. Run it. Yeah, totally fine. And now let's deal with this title. I want to change this text a little bit. So, comma. Panel title. Element text. Okay. I'm going to copy these 4 options. Size, let's go with 20 and some darker shade. Bold, it's cool. Save it, run it. Okay, what's wrong? Ah yes, let's go with plot title. Run it. All right. And finally, let me show you what we can do with our legend. So, comma. And first thing that I'm going to show you, it's legend position none. If you want completely to remove your legend. Yeah. Now we don't have legend at all. And if I use option like legend direction horizontal, run it, you see we have completely different type of legend. And if you use a legend position bottom or top, this is going to be default. And if you use a legend position right or left, default is going to be vertical. So I'm just going to change legend position to left, run it, and yes, this is quite nice. And now if you want to move your legend a little bit, we could use legend margin and provide option margin. And let's say that we want to move this legend up towards plot title. How to do that? I'm going to provide option for top, but with minus 150, and unit, I'm going to set it to millimeters. Run it. And now legend it's up high. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to show you legend background. And of course for legend background we are going to provide element rect like this. And let's find some other element rectangle to copy values. Yeah, this is fine. But I'm going to tweak these values a little bit. Let's go with this color. Border in color black is fine, and everything else is fine. Let's try it. Legend, run it. All right. Now if we use margins, let me show you what is going to happen. Legend margin with option margins 5 millimeters for all, then left 5 millimeters, right 5 millimeters, unit in millimeters, of course, run it. And you see that we have a bigger distance from our text to border. But that is not all that we can do. I'm going to use another option, legend spacing X, and now we are going to use function unit. Let's say 15 millimeters, run it. Now you see that between text and colors we have a more 15 millimeters distance. And in order to create bigger distance from colors to title, we are going to use another option, legend spacing for Y, and let's go with 25 millimeters, run it. Now if you want to change font for your legend title, you are going to do that with legend title, and I'm going to copy some element text. I'm going to use this one. Okay, let's go with 15, color gray, bold, it's fine, run it. And now let's deal with these category names. For that we are going to use option legend text, and I'm going to copy this but tweak it a little bit. And change to italic, and let's give it some angle, 15 degrees. Let's run this. So guys, you probably realize that there is no limit in regards of what you can do with GGPlot themes. So once again, it's strongly recommended for you to read documentations and to read content of that website I showed you at the beginning of this episode. And with some work invested, you are going to become master of all of this in no time. So I hope that you have learned something interesting and that you like this content. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!